Welcome to the Grizzled Geek in Review for September 1st, 2017. I'm Mike.
I'm Doug.
And we're here today with all your nerd news for the week, the weekly roundup where we take all the nerd stories throughout the week and we put them all in one, polished package for you on Fridays.
If you polish a turd, is it still a turd?
Well, that's
this week.
That's a lot of weeks, actually.
Yes.
All right, to start things off, we've got some new details on the possible Joker movie, the Scorsese-produced Joker movie.
It sounds as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub from on the Joe Rogan podcast, who apparently knows the director, had a little bit of insight on what it's going to be.
Okay.
Dark is the word that they're going with, very dark.
Ooh.
They're going to focus, have Joker as a child. He's apparently got a permanent smile. He gets picked on. Making the Joker abuse origin story.
So the Joker's smile it's not an accident, or
I don't know.
It's a birth defect, apparently.
Yeah, he's just constantly grinning. I don't know what this sounds like a train wreck.
Yeah.
There's so many train wrecks. Well, this is just one of the rash of villain movies that they're producing now that make little to no sense to me.
I don't know what has happened in movies that they think that people want to see villain movies.
All these villains. Now, here's the thing. They're making a Venom movie. They're making a Doctor Doom movie. They're making a Joker movie. People got freaked out because I guess Collider Video had a story about, or a title, Dark Side standalone movie. The actual Collider Video, what John Schnepp was talking about, digital comics versus regular comics. So it had nothing to do with Dark Side. I think it was just a mistake.
Oh, okay.
But there's no other news about any Dark Side standalone. But
okay.
People freaked out. Oh, another one,
yeah.
Which it wouldn't surprise me if that was announced tomorrow.
Right.
Oh yeah, Dark Side movie. All these bad guys are cool. They're great bad guys, but they're great bad guys because they're great foils for the good guys.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is not Doctor Doom without Reed Richards. Reed Richards made Doctor Doom. He's the whole sole purpose behind that character. Venom without Spider-Man still makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, especially if you're he has runs as an anti-hero, but without connecting him to Spider-Man in the first place, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you have to have that connection there. And Joker, as much as Doctor Doom and Reed Richards, Joker is connected to Batman.
Right.
You
can't have a Joker without the Batman. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's just so. I don't understand what they're doing here, but that's. They're
bad. Yeah, they're just bad ideas. They're. A bad guy led movie is not a good idea. You're supposed to empathize with your protagonist.
Yes.
I mean, even if it's an anti-hero like the Punisher or Deadpool or something like that, there's something that humanizes them, that makes you empathize with them as a protagonist. You don't want to humanize these bad guys.
Yeah, Doctor Doom and Joker
to that degree.
You don't want them to be sympathetic characters, right? Doctor Doom's megalomania, that's who he is. That's what they got wrong with in the other Fantastic Four movies. They missed that part, that whole...
Right.
He's a psychopath. He's a megalomaniac. Joker is a total psychopath, I don't know. I don't want to see movies about just these guys. I want to see movies about the good guys who, triumph
them.
triumph over these bad guys.
Right.
And they're awesome bad guys, but I don't know. That's currently what's going on. Bad guys leading the movies,
And it's worked so well so far.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Suicide Squad was an amazing movie.
Suicide Squad had potential.
It had some great characters.
Because unlike these other characters, right, those characters actually have, personalities beyond them being a bad guy, right?
Right.
There are redemptive stories in that, right?
Right.
Like Harley Quinn and Deadshot are characters that you actually can have sympathy for, that you can't understand. You can empathize with those characters. But you're not supposed to empathize with the Joker. I hope you don't empathize with the Joker.
Yeah.
That's just, that's just wrong. But yeah, it's, who knows?
All right. Well, let's go, I guess, to, we'll stick with the DC universe, this DC extended universe. They've released the final shakedown of the Justice League credits. Joss Whedon's going to be getting writing credit on the Justice League movie, while Zack Snyder will be getting the sole director credits. So
there was a bunch back and forth of what it was going to be. Co-director status or whatever. I think this is, I guess they feel the best of both worlds here.
Yeah, I guess. And you were saying you think this is probably a political move to protect people from if the movie sucks.
This is probably the best way to go about it, all right? Because you want to give Zack Snyder, I mean, like it or not, he's the reason we have the DCEU we have now. Right? I mean, and the guy can direct amazing action scenes, right? He's had some really great movies before in the past. I mean, I like him personally as a director, but you don't want to just cut him out completely, especially the reason why he had to step out is this tragic reason, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to cut him out of this movie that he puts so much of himself into. So sole director credit for this movie makes sense that way. Meanwhile, Joss Whedon coming in, he did extensive rewrites on this. I think a writing credit makes sense there. Yeah. And the great thing about it is they don't know how this movie's going to do yet, right? It could be, I mean, it'll make money. They all make money. But whether
or not it's good enough to continue the franchise will be
right, or whether it's a critical flop. If it is, this way, Joss Whedon, who they're going to go forward with making movies with Batgirl and going forward in this, this protects him, right? Because, he's not the director on this. He came in.
Sorry, I tried to put out that dumpster fire and it just didn't work.
Right, exactly. But if he does do well, he's got his name attached. He wrote it.
Right. Yeah.
This is, kind of the best of both worlds for everything and going forward, regardless of the outcome. It'll be good for them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Sticking to the DC.
Sticking to the DC universe. Wonder Woman came out this last summer. It was an amazing movie. It was doing super well on the box office. I mean, it was breaking all kinds of records for, women-led movies, female-directed movies. Well, apparently not everybody's as excited about it. Earlier this week, James Cameron made some inflammatory remarks about Wonder Woman movie, and he's still smoldering from the burn he got on the internet from this. Basically, James Cameron, when asked about it, said it was a step backwards, that she was an objectified icon, and that you don't need to have, really good-looking women to have. And he was comparing, and this is all coming from James Cameron, who is known for his strong female characters in movies. In Aliens and Terminator, even in Titanic, Rose's strong character. But he was saying that you don't need to have, to be like supermodels. And he pointed out that Sarah Connor was, she was tough, but she was, kind of a bad mother and all this other stuff. And, to be a strong female character. And people took offense to this. I mean, obviously, he's entitled to his opinion. He made some valid points about what it takes to be, you don't need to be attractive to be a female hero, and that is true. However, just because you're attractive doesn't mean you can't be a hero as well.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't very inclusive in the whole thing. Patty Jenkins had a great comeback for this in her tweet. I'm not going to go over here. You can check it out if you haven't read it. She's very well spoken there. But I mean, this.
What was the general gist?
The general gist of it, basically, that he doesn't. He doesn't understand. Basically, what I just said. A hero can be. It's all about the character in the story and why Wonder Woman was a hero and why it was, did so well. And it wasn't because she's good looking. Of course, she's good looking.
Right.
But that has nothing to do with who the character is. I mean, regardless of what's going on with James Cameron, this comes across as jealousy to me. It sounds like when you read the interview, it just sounds like he's just like, "Oh, this movie's doing well. Everyone's speaking about it." Then he's known for his strong female-led characters, and just sounded like because he's 63 now.
Yeah,
this is old man get off your porch speech. As an aging, I'm getting old up there myself, and the older I get, the more I get crotchety I get about. In my day, I can understand. Let the old man think what he wants to think. I don't think it's.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't really. Obviously, he was wrong on this subject, and it was just shocking that it came from him. But I think who knows? He woke up cranky that day. He didn't have his insure yet. I mean, let the old man go. Grandpa says some strange things every now and then. You just kind of ignore him. All right, he was in the war. Let him do it. He can say those things. But I don't know. I obviously. We know what the truth is. Everyone knows. Yeah. I mean, the people have spoken with the box office of this movie. I mean, you see all the women who've been inspired by this movie, and you can just tell that obviously, clearly, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think he was. I think he was wrong in this case. His comments didn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, but then again, neither does the hate he's getting either. Right. I mean, granted, he had.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, he's entitled to his own opinion. He didn't like. He said he liked the movie, right? He wouldn't say that the movie sucked.
Right.
They were just saying that there was a disagreement on what a strong female-led person, a star should be or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, he's wrong on this. But I mean, yeah, like I said, he's an old man.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't need to be. He's made some good movies. He's not like he's coming out going, "This movie sucked."
Right.
Cut him some slack and let the old man be.
Yeah. There you go. All right, we'll move on then to Hellboy casting controversy.
That's some good news here, I think.
I guess Ed Skrein, not sure, Skrein of Deadpool fame, I guess.
Ajax, man.
Well, yeah, I don't know what I would call it fame, but yeah, he was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
He quits over the whitewashing controversy. The character he's supposed to play is a Japanese American.
Yes.
So, he got there was a lot of backlash, and I think it sounds from the stories I've read, it sounds like he kind of voluntarily.
Oh yeah, he
said,
did.
Nah, you know what? It's not worth it. You guys are right. I'm gonna take my name out of the hat, and they can recast.
Yeah, he was unaware of the character.
Right.
I mean, the character's Major Daimyo. I mean, how you not know that guy's not Japanese? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, this is a pretty big one too. I mean, you're changing a guy named Major Daimyo in the story, and he's Japanese in the comics.
Right.
And now you're going to have some white guy playing him. That makes not a whole lot of sense. Yeah. But yeah, he stepped up. He put out a tweet and said, "Hey, I'm stepping down from this. I didn't realize who the character was when I took the job."
Right. Yeah.
And then this, obviously. When you hear whitewashing thrown around here, sometimes you're like, well.
Sometimes it goes a little too far.
Sometimes it goes a little too far. In this particular case, I mean, it's an obvious Japanese character.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense here. And good on you, Ed, for stepping down and doing the right thing.
Right.
So, all right, moving on. The Tale of Two Marvel TV shows. So, we got reviews in for a couple upcoming Marvel TV shows. First one, Runaways on Hulu, is getting rave reviews, as a matter of fact. The first two episodes have, critics have watched, and they're saying things like tons of fun, it's a rousing success.
Right.
I personally like the Runaways graphic novel. I think it was really good. Yeah. So, and you look at the characters, they look like they do right out of the comics, Mm-hmm. So
and it's a cool concept.
It's a cool concept. I'm excited about checking it out. So apparently critics are too, as they've checked out the first two episodes and labeled it a success. On the opposite end of that, we've got a full series review from IGN on the Inhumans.
Nice.
Let's see. What do they say about the Inhumans?
Let me guess.
Well,
it wasn't good.
Let me read a couple quotes from IGN's review here. A disappointment on every level.
On every level.
Every level. And if you're worried about the costumes and the sets that you saw in the trailers, well, here's what they have to say about that. The costumes and makeup look like a group of friends decided to do Inhuman cosplay the day before Comic-Con. That's pretty specific there.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see here. So, what's the final verdict? What do they say? They give it a 4 out of 10, and they left off with this. Not worth seeing in IMAX, and I really wouldn't recommend catching it on TV either. So...
Wow. Now, I got to admit, this is in line with what I was expecting based on the trailers. So, this is an instance, it seems like the trailers didn't lie to you.
Are we going to go check it out this weekend and do a review?
Well,
want to spend that IMAX money on this thing?
I don't know.
I will say this. The last trailer did go a long way for fixing Medusa's hair. Clearly, the early...
Apparently not enough.
No, yeah, I mean, apparently not enough of this here. It just looks bad. I mean, this had the potential, and this has been thrown around early on, that Inhumans, as a story, had the potential to be the Marvel equivalent to Game of Thrones. With the royal family and the intrigue and the whole bit. And the story could be one that is amazing, especially if they leaned into some of the more strange aspects of it, the Kirby, aspect of it, like Thor Ragnarok's doing. Like
it doesn't make what doesn't make sense is the Marvel TV shows have been way more conservative than the film universe in going after the strange stuff. And I don't understand why, because I honestly think TV audiences are willing to go further in a, for example, if it's a Netflix show, which the Netflix shows have done really well.
Yeah.
But if it's a show where people are paying for a subscription, they're like, I'm already paying for the subscription. I'm willing to go out on the limb and see this show. Is it cool? Did you do something interesting? Did you pull me in?
Right.
Versus, this movie about heroes I've never heard of that I need to go spend $15 to see in IMAX. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially if you don't know who the Inhumans are or anything about them. Go take a look at the Thor Ragnarok trailer. Right. That is what an Inhumans movie should look like. The buildings, the aliens, everything in that. Yeah, the big headdresses, the whole 9 yards. The look of that movie is what an Inhumans movie or TV show should look like.
Right.
Not looks like, it looks like warehouses that they're hanging out in, those dull, dark warehouses. Mm-hmm. The costumes are, just vaguely reminiscent of the comic book characters.
Yeah.
And some of the stars have come out in kind of defense to the critics, saying that, it's only loosely based on the Marvel property. I'm like, loosely based? What are you talking about? This is... they're big. This was going to be a movie at one time. This was going to be a Marvel movie at one time, and I can't help but think what a much better job Kevin Feige would have done with this if a movie, as opposed to the TV side of it that they didn't even care. They've already said, the director said they hired him because he could do it cheap and quickly.
Cheap and quick. That's funny.
I'm like, that's recipe for success right there. Cheap and quick.
Cheap and quick. Woo.
Oh God. Well,
and here, I always liked a lot of the characters from the royal family, but I've never been interested in seeing them in their own setting. They've always been great supporting characters.
Yeah, Black Bolt's a great character, but he's always...
But when you've got a character who if he whispers, he levels a mountain, instead of, knocking over a cop car, that doesn't make for a regular appearance kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, he just whispered and blew up all the bad guys. Next,
yeah.
So, but a lot of the Inhuman royal family is really cool, and they're fun in context, in as supporting roles. But yeah, this just doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. Well, we will decide if we do see it this weekend, we'll definitely film a review for you, let you know what we think. Oh, these guys all might be wrong. And it's not the first time that I've liked a movie the critics have hated. So
yeah, that's true.
We could see. I'm not holding my breath, though.
Yeah. All right, let's go to DC TV and Teen Titans casting. We've got another casting choice, this time for Robin. It's going to be Brenton Thwaites, who was in the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, the Australian actor. Yep.
And he's going to join Tegan Croft as Reagan.
Raven.
Sorry, I was...
Yeah.
Tegan, Reagan, Raven, whatever. And Anna Diop as Starfire. So we've got three
of the main cast.
And do we know who the rest of the Titans are going to be?
It's going to be Beast Boy. And
they were going to have Beast Boy. Okay.
They are going to have Beast Boy. But I don't know if they're doing Cyborg or not because he's in the movie.
He's in the movie universe.
Although the TV movie, obviously, clearly they have no idea what they're doing. They could have 15 different cyborgs, for all we know, in different extended universes, TV or whatever the hell they're doing. But the casting of this is really strange for me. I don't mind Brendan Thwaites. He's a good-looking young guy, fine. As long as he's got the ass to pull off Robin, then that's all that matters.
Right.
That's all most people are going to care about.
Yeah.
But when Tegan Croft was the first one cast in this, and at first I was looking at it, I'm like, well, she's really young. I was like, that's where they're going with. They're going with actual teen Titans, teens for the Teen Titans, and I was fine with that because she looks like Raven.
Okay.
And then they cast Anna Diop as Starfire, and which is odd because she is like a 30-year-old woman, and she's good looking, but
looks like a
30-year-old woman.
Right.
And I'm like, what are they doing here? Some people obviously, say, oh, well, she's black. Well, who cares? She's going to be gold when in the movie.
Right. Yeah.
Or in the TV show, that's not going to matter. But the fact she looks so much older.
Right.
And I didn't understand what they're doing here. And then they're going back with possibly her love interest and Brendan Thwaites, he's mid-20s.
Right.
So
but even in Pirates of the Caribbean, he looked really young.
He can look really young. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
He can pull that off. And if anyone needs to be a little bit older on this team, it needs to be, Robin or Nightwing or whoever they're going with in this.
Right, yeah.
Whatever version he's going to be in this, because he's already been under Batman. He's already trained.
Right.
So mid-20s is fine for him. So, we'll see the rest of the cast unfolds here. I don't know. I'm kind of disillusioned about the whole Teen Titans thing ever since they replaced the good Teen Titans cartoon with Teen Titans Go. Maybe that's just me being old and crotchety, but I'm like,
no,
they had a good show, and even my daughter was like, why did they ruin Teen Titans with this Teen Titans Go stuff?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Teen Titans. Okay, moving on. We got more news or updates on the Fox's Fantastic Four travesty.
This will be a dumpster fire.
Oh my goodness! All right, so back before Comic-Con, we got word that they're trying to go with a more kid-friendly version of Fantastic Four, focusing on the children, Valeria and Franklin Richards.
Right.
Now we got a bit of an update here.
Why not just make a Power Pack movie at that point?
Exactly. Why not? Or why not just leave? We're already getting a sequel to Incredibles. Coming up here, that's the best Fantastic Four out there. So let's let them do that. But apparently, all right, Mark Millar, everyone's favorite Scottish comic book creator, had a book called Kindergarten Heroes that actually never got published, but Fox optioned the rights to Kindergarten Heroes as a show, as a movie. So now it looks like the current rumor is that they're going to take that option and adapt the storyline to fit. Now, that was like 5 different kindergarten superheroes.
Okay.
And now they're going to adapt that to this Fantastic Four dumpster fire here. And apparently, like, the Thing and Human Torch are going to be in it, but not Reed Richards.
Oh, my gosh.
Because the uncles will be in it.
The uncles are in it, but not the dad. Or
but not
mom.
or I don't know, maybe, I think Invisible Woman, who knows how they're adapting the script, because they got to adapt a script for 5 kids, for 2 kids, and then an uncle, a couple uncles. Yeah. So, yeah.
Fox, just give up and give the stuff back to Marvel, please.
This screams like, it's a grab to keep the rights,
right?
To this. I don't know. How
much money do you have to lose to keep the rights for it to be worth keeping the rights?
Apparently, quite a bit. I mean, that's why, everybody that's going like, Marvel should have held out for Sony to give the Spider-Man rights back. That was never going to happen. Spider-Man movies always made money, even if they critically tanked. They always made money. Fox lost millions of dollars on Fantastic Four and are still doubling down. Yeah. They're not going to give these rights up. All right. So I don't understand the Doctor Doom movie. This Fantastic Four, Kitty Fantastic Four. I don't know, whatever it is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It's just awful. Just awful, all of it. I'm going to call it right now. Normally I'm like, I'll be open-minded. I'll give it a chance. It's a comic book movie. I'll check it out. This is awful. Both these ideas are awful. I will not see this. I only saw Fan Four Stick finally because it was on cable and it was free.
I still haven't.
Yeah, and even that, I was like, I'm sad I sat through it. I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? But yeah, Fantastic Four. They're still doing it. I don't get this whole thing, but I mean, good for Mark Millar raking that money in.
Yeah,
you do good work, and finally it's going to pay off by selling out to these awful studios.
Yeah,
and I don't blame you one bit.
Cry
Mark.
yourself to sleep on your millions.
Exactly. That guy's doing just fine. Yeah. All right,
moving on to comics.
Kick it over into comics. What's going on?
All right, so start off in the DC universe. Rorschach is joining the DC universe with Doomsday Clock #1. I don't know how I feel about.
I can't say how much I hate the fucking Watchmen characters in DC.
Yeah,
regular. I just can't understand. They do not belong there at all.
It's not. You're going to lose the essence of these characters, which was these were not regular consumer friendly comics.
No,
Watchmen was essentially a rated R comic.
Yeah. It was an allegory. It was
it was not meant to be.
It was making fun of the comic book. I mean, it was poking fun. The whole essence of what it was meant that it was separate, something not part of the mainstream.
Right, and it's going to you're going to lose everything about Rorschach especially.
Yeah. Oh my god. Was he going to team up with Batman?
Right.
Him and Night Owl going to go, solve capers? I mean, come on. This is just... Rorschach is one of the greatest characters in comics, hands down, and he's going to be diluted joining the main DC universe. It's just not... I don't know.
It's good. Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Like,
now, the image looks really cool, where his Rorschach face turns to the Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman symbols.
Is that the new lenticular covers?
Yeah, one of the lenticular covers, which we will get to more in a minute.
Yes.
And talking, again, this is the episode of Polished Turds, Dumpster Fires. Captain America Returns in Secret Empire number 10. Now, I think it's out already, right?
It's out,
this is not a spoiler. It's if you haven't read it, it is a spoiler. But if you've been keeping up on it, you probably already got it and know how bad this issue was.
Oh, my God.
They essentially lied. The Cosmic Cube was used to fix everything.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
This whole series, I'll give the series credit. It brought you in, man. It made you want to check out the next episode, right? How is this going to end?
Yeah.
This, it was
this
basically...
could be cool. This could be cool. This could be...
This ran into the M. Night Shyamalan problem here, right? Where it had some really interesting twists and turns early on.
Right.
And then every issue was another, plot twist. Another surprise, another cliffhanger ending. And you're like, oh, let's go on. And then eventually it just fills it out to where you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, the trees were killing people?
Yeah, exactly. And then you get the happening. What? No. Yes. We got the ending to Secret Empire, and it was everything as awful as we thought it could be.
Yeah.
Captain America is drug out of the Cosmic Cube, the real Captain America, by Bucky Barnes and Falcon.
So what happened to the one that was out and helping people?
Oh, he gets beat down by the real Cap in Thor's hammer.
No.
The real Cap. That's
the guy who shows up in the park with the beard and going.
Oh, that was all in the Cosmic Cube.
Oh, it was just happening in the Cosmic Cube.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. And apparently everyone's just kind of like, oh, so that's the real Cap now. So all this other guy who's been causing this problem.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, cool.
Well, as long as the real Cap's back, that's good. We'll forget that Hydra guy. We'll let all the...
And everybody else in the world will forget, too.
Yeah. We'll let all the Inhumans out of the concentration camps that got put in. We'll scrub the Hail Hydra graffiti off their houses, and we'll all live happily ever after. Because there's no consequences in comics.
Which we were promised there would be.
So the big showdown, just like in the Infinity Gauntlet, where he wipes the floor with the Avengers, kills them all, wipes them out of existence with the Cosmic Cube. Mm-hmm. The Cosmic, Cubelik or whatever, the Cosmic Cube little girl comes out and fixes it all, erases it all, brings everybody back.
Yeah,
all the bad things that happened got erased. Cosmic Cube fixed everything.
Yes.
So. Much like we promised, no, it's going to have real consequences. Not really.
Now, the question is, was that the intention all along, or did Marvel chicken out at the end and go, no, fix everything?
Make it all, put it all back.
Put it all back. You're not allowed to play with our toys anymore.
Yeah.
Put it back together.
So we essentially got a year-long what-if story.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
it was, yeah. That's a great way to put it. It was essentially a what if Captain America had been a Hydra agent.
Yeah.
That was we got
the one thing we were like, is this what this is? No, we promised it's going to be. I'm like, oh well.
Did they bring back Rick Jones too?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if they brought Rick Jones. I haven't finished the whole thing. I'm like, whatever. Don't care.
It's one of those drop it on the floor.
Like I knew it. I knew it. So yeah, we got our grumpy old man pants on today. This is Get Off My Lawn episode of the news.
I guess. Just stop doing stupid stuff with our favorite heroes.
Yeah, but Marvel is, they're going to bring it back with Legacy. They've after having the new younger Marvel heroes, they realize that what people want, they want to see these old heroes. So we're getting Legacy come November, where we're going to have our old heroes get their costumes back and their titles back. And along with that is going to become new, cool lenticular covers for their comics.
Woo!
Yeah. Unfortunately, quite a few comic book stores are not going to be getting these covers.
Yeah.
And why is that,
good
Doug?
for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel is upping the minimum orders 2 to 3 times their minimum value. So if you want to get one, say, for example, I'm making these numbers up. I'm not, let's say normally in the past, you've had to order 20 issues to get one special cover.
Right.
Now you'd have to order between 40 and 60 issues of that comic to get one special cover.
Right. Now,
so
yeah, the month that special covers come out, you'll sell those because they're special covers.
Right, yeah.
But the rest of the year, you have 40 extra comics that you're not going to sell.
That your numbers are based on what you can sell.
Yeah.
And events sell more.
Yeah.
But not 2 times. Rarely do they 2 to 3
3 times is unheard of.
They don't. They don't.
That's like Death of Superman kind of.
Yeah, that's
numbers.
The kind. It would have to be a number one of something really out there, or a Death of Superman, a Breaking of the Bat, something like that would bring in the 2 to 3 times numbers. It just doesn't happen.
So comic book stores, especially a lot of smaller ones, are boycotting the special covers.
Special covers.
Because they just can't afford to bring in that many issues every month of comics. And the comic sales are dwindling every month. There was a big thing about going to digital now. Most people are going digital comics, like graphic novels, that kind of thing. But they're the actual physical comics, just like books. Mm-hmm. Sales are dwindling,
right?
And the stores are getting fewer and fewer. So to pinch these stores like this at this stage, it just doesn't make any sense.
And if you want to support your local small store, don't drive to another store and buy this special cover. Just get the regular cover and go.
The story will be the same.
These special covers, a lot of people want them because they think they're going to be collector's items. That doesn't really happen anymore. There's not.
Let me tell you how many.
They're not going to be super valuable.
Different color issues of Savage Dragon #1 I own.
Yes.
Oh my God. They're not all collector's items, people.
Yeah. So there we go. That's the deal, and that's our news for the week.
Okay, so there you have it for the week. Again, a week of dumpster fires and awful news.
Yeah.
But again, if you want more dumpster fire and awful news, join us every week. Every Friday, we bring you the latest news. We also have tons of other shows on our channel, so check those out. If you want to support the channel, there's a link below to our Patreon. Be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends about it and share these videos. Right. Anyone else you want to hear about the dumpster fires or a couple of old people's opinion of all this awful stuff coming out. But we do want to announce that thanks to you guys, we are fast on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Yep. We will be there shortly, and we really appreciate all your support, all the comments below. We read them all, especially a lot of our Ruby Reaction community. Yeah, those guys are really big.
Really good.
We're going to have a contest coming up for our 1,000 subscriber. We'll have a special episode, 1,000 subscriber episode, where we're going to be giving away some cool stuff. So be sure to stay tuned for details on that. I'm sure it'll involve liking and subscribing and commenting.
So, make sure you're liking and subscribing. It'll probably do the week that we hit 1,000 subscribers, something will happen on all of our videos that'll involve liking and subscribing, and then we'll let you in on what the rewards will be and stuff like that. So,
but don't feel like you can't like and subscribe now.
Yeah.
Be sure to do
Help
that.
us get to that 1,000, and then you'll find out.
The sooner we get to that 1,000, the sooner the giveaway and a cool announcement will happen. So we appreciate it. Stay tuned for that, and we will see you next week.